Hey YouTube, figured I'd do a quick update on my Kimber Ultra Raptor. I have only been able to get to the range 3 or 4 times in the 4 or 5 months that I've owned this. I think 3 times. The one I did the initial review on that I showed you the targets of how I believe this gun could function, how well it could hold point of aim, and the reliability issue. You see this one's empty. Give you a little light down there. Now, scare you. This thing has been an outstanding gun, but I had 3 hiccups in it. I got it out this last time here about 2 weeks ago and ran 100 rounds Winchester white box through it, and I had 3 failure to extracts. And I probably shouldn't have dropped the slide because I could show you better that way. Give me 1 second. What would happen, pardon the bad filmmaking, is the round would still be stuck up in the chamber after I fired it. It wouldn't be pulled out and ejected. It wouldn't extract and eject and then a new round loaded in as the slide moved forward, stripping one off the mag. What would happen is the extractor wouldn't hold on to the rim. The slide would move back, leaving the spent round in the chamber, and then as the slide moved forward, stripping a new round off the mag, I'd get what was essentially a double feed. I'd have the brass here and the new nose poked into the end of the other brass. It was 3 or 4 times. Now, it's not a lot. A lot of guns need a break-in period. I didn't believe this one did because of how reliable it had been from the get-go. But if it never does it again, I won't be too concerned. I think I have 300 rounds maybe through this gun. That was 100. Yeah, maybe around 300, maybe 250, maybe 350, somewhere in there. We'll call it 3 bills. Those are the only malfunctions I've ever had. Now, the first day I ran it real slow with Winchester white box, and there was no hiccups. The second time I ran it, it was boring because it shot so well. And this time, there was a dude blazing 3 lanes down from me, and there's only 2 other people at the range besides the 2 of us. And he had been warned 3 times to stop blazing, but they didn't kick him out. And he was just ripping them off. So, with all of his ruckus going on, being the a-hole I can sometimes be, I took advantage of the situation and ripped it through a few through here quickly under the camouflage of his rapid fire to test the gun out a little bit and see what happens. I haven't had a chance to take this outside any of my buddies' homes where I can shoot outdoors and run the gun how I'd want to run the gun for function testing. It's been all indoor shooting. So I took the opportunity to run it a little bit hard and see how she'd hold up. I almost always use Wilson combat mags. I prefer right now the Hornady Critical Defense ammo in 45. And these are the only 2 mags I have for the Wilson. And I have the mag that came with it. Just a flush fit Kimber mag. Same capacity. And I got some Winchester silver tips in there because I didn't have any more critical defense. But I only took 2 mags with me. I left my carry mag loaded, emptied those 2, and took them to the range to put this 100 rounds through. And the Wilsons have a great reputation for running and not jamming. The Kimbers don't enjoy that reputation, to put it mildly. But I thought it was a good mag because all the other times I used it, I didn't have any problem. But with this one, I ran into some issues. I honestly can't tell you whether it was the Wilson or the Kimber mag because unfortunately, I was practicing quick reloads. I'd load 1 in one and 2 in the other and go back and forth, vice versa, just whatever I picked up, 1 in each, 2 in each. When they ran dry, they ran dry. I picked them up blind, trying to test myself, and I was getting pretty quick on the reloads, if I do say so myself, with a gun that I hadn't done that with before. I find it to be easier and quicker to reload than my Glocks. I like that. I was practicing reload, safety on, safety off, fire, quick shoot, and I was sidestepping a lot while shooting. So it was a nice day. Only had those 3, possibly 4 malfunctions, and I'm not sure which mag. I pretty much plan to exclusively run the Wilson Combats through it and do an outdoor testing here soon, and to run it hard, possibly this weekend. And if I beat it and it doesn't jam again, I'll try to beat it another day with the Kimber when I have some more ammo and see if it does hiccup. If so, I'll know it's the mag. I'll use it for plinking and take it out of the carry rotation. And I pretty much don't use it anyways. It's more of the extra truck mag just in case. It goes in the bag with me. But then I'll have an idea. If it never hiccups again, I'll be fine with it. A couple hiccups with one gun, and I'm all right. I mean, I've never had a Glock hiccup. I've had bad ammo that I got from a guy who received it from the FBI in a seizure. It was seizure ammo, and it had Sanskrit or some junk on the back, some language I'd never really seen before. And it definitely wasn't loaded to SAMI because it exploded in the gun, blew the mag out, locked the slide back, and peppered my face with powder. And I just squeezed the mag lips back together, reloaded it, and kept shooting. And that's the only jams I've ever had with a Glock. And minus one squib load. A squib load jammed up a bullet in there, and the slide didn't go all the way forward, thank God. Otherwise, I could have blew myself up. But all being said, I don't like that this thing is jammed, but if it doesn't do it again, I'll be fine with keeping it in the carry rotation. I've carried it now since I've owned it daily. I love the gun. I love the compact size. I love the firepower, and I love the accuracy and the point on this gun. The point is amazing. You grab it, you close your eyes, you look, it's right there. So that's the quick part of the update. I'll get into accuracy out of this round. Let me see where I was at. I did fast fire while sidestepping, while practicing my reloads, dropping mags and pulling them up, 8 yards. I hit on the edge of the paper and the bottom of the paper. The rest of it was pretty good. I take about a step and a half to the right or left. I can't go that far because the lanes aren't that wide, but I'm stepping with every shot. And I think the way that points is pretty impressive. Here is 15 yards, 8 rounds. These are with the new grips that you just saw on the gun, Winchester white box. Not bad. I could do better, but I wasn't taking a whole lot of time. The gun can probably outshoot me without a doubt. Here is 21 yards, 15 rounds, new grips. I aimed at the top of the black, thinking they'd be dropping some. They pretty much hit top of black. I probably could have aimed right on. Not too bad. And I went down to 25 yards. I went with quick fire because those guys were blazing to see what I could get away with. Got them all on paper. Not the best I've ever done, but smaller than a human being, so good enough if I ever needed it that way. And 25 yards, I mean, if I can, I'm running anyways. Not Rambo. If I can hide, I will. No sense fighting. You could lose. And then I took it out to 35 yards, aimed center of the black, Winchester white box, 8 rounds, 2 misses. I was shooting high. I don't know if that's the trajectory of the 45 on this barrel or what, but at this distance, 2 of them struck the target holder. That was my 2 misses. You see, the grouping isn't bad at 35 yards for a 3-inch barrel 45. I'm left. That's most likely the way I'm seeing the sight picture. Could be the gun. I often shoot left with a gun until I get used to it, and the trigger slides to the rear instead of arches and swings, like on most others, so I'm probably pulling it as I pull my trigger. But all things considered, 35 yards with a handgun with a 3-inch barrel on a 45, I'd say the gun is awesome. So I'm going to keep it in the carry rotation and run it hard and see what happens. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and talk to you soon.